We had this aspiration, and it came from the chairman of the Australian business, who's the managing director of Hutchison Whampoa globally, the company behind all of the three businesses. It was that by the time we've finished, we'll measure our success simply by how many people can't imagine life without three. So a lovely aspiration, a wonderful aspiration. The thing that will make the difference will be our brand. 99% of what we do will be the same as everybody else, but the thing that will make the difference will be our brand. A lot of factors came together and made us feel a little bit like a deer in the headlights. We had really, really talented people working very, very hard to make this fantastic new technology work, and our people were really not enjoying themselves. Our business wasn't gaining that forward momentum that we felt like we all deserved, frankly, for the effort that we'd put in, and we knew something was wrong. So we knew we needed to change. We had this annual leadership conference, and we wanted our 2005 leadership conference to be a conference with a difference, where we showed our commitment to change. And we realised that getting to be really good at what we were aspiring to do required us to change our behaviours. And at our 2005 leadership conference, we launched these three threes, which are actually, we call them our three pillars, and they group our behaviours into three categories. At that conference, there was an exercise that was a big aha moment for me. One of our facilitators who was at that conference sent us out on a break, and they said, "Oh, you'll be back in 15 minutes. Do you all agree you'll be back in 15 minutes? And everybody nodded, yeah, we'll be back in 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, people start drifting in. 20 minutes later, you know, some people are there. Everyone's very busy. We're out in the hall on our phones, because that's what we do. We're mobile phones people. We're always on our phones, very, very busy, very important. 25 minutes later, yeah, probably the last of the people straggle in. Well, you know, our facilitator, so out the front, fuming. I could see something was wrong. I was actually sitting there thinking she needs to relax a little bit. This is three. You know, this is not cool. We're paying her. What's this about? And she sat us all down, and she stared at us. She said, "You agreed to come back in 15 minutes. We kind of nodded, looked a bit awkward. People looked at our feet, kind of wanting to move on to the next stop point. She said, "If this is the way you make agreements and keep them, I bet you have lousy customer service." And that was the beginning of a major change process for us. And at that conference, we all learned about being players. Not being victims, but being players.